Welcome back. I'm at my 34-hour reset, so again, this video is not being edited or anything of that sort. I'm just kind of like doing this from the phone and then go ahead and upload it. Because, like I said, I'm not happy with certain type of things about the uploading in the memory, but whatever. I'm going to cover a couple of things in this video, pretty much about what happened this past week to me and a couple of things I would just like to share. Now, I told you guys before, I'm in a brand new truck. I am in a Kenworth 2022 T680. Okay? There's only two people, I believe, in this business that I'm aware of that has these new trucks, because I believe Warner definitely has good equipment, but it's just the fact that they're, maybe it's just where I was at. They just got these new trucks, but anyway, it doesn't matter. The thing is, I want to try to cover some things that we have in this truck, because technically my truck is like a smart truck. Now, most trucks have certain kind of security features and safety features where the truck or the driver performs a certain kind of way. Okay. Now, in this truck, I remember when they gave me this truck, they told me to watch 4 new videos to kind of understand this truck. I didn't understand why they did that, because it's like I went through all the videos of learning all the basics of the trucks and the functions or whatever. So I was like, man, we got 4 more videos. And the funny thing about it is that me and the dude Alex, who got these new trucks, were the only people out of the group that had to go look at the new videos based on the fact of these specific trucks. Now, when I looked at the videos, I was kind of surprised at what I saw, but I didn't really make it a big deal when I got in the truck, because I'm like, some of the stuff that I saw in the video was quite familiar that I've seen even on my trainer's truck. But then I noticed in this truck, it's definitely not the same. There's definitely some higher systems in here than it is in his truck, because this truck definitely performs differently than his truck. For example, you know how you would get yourself a brand new car and then you'll find out, you know what I'm saying, if you run it through the ground, you'll probably find out what the highest speed is of the car. So we have words for that. You got your maximum speed, and then you have something called your governor speed. Now, that's definitely a term that we use as truckers. Truckers might, but hey man, what kind of truck you got? Well, I got a Freightliner. Well, what's your top speed on a Freightliner? About 65 miles per hour. But if I put it to the governor max, it reaches about 70 miles per hour. That basically means that if you put your foot to the pedal, you're doing about 65 if you floor it. But if you put the truck into cruise control, the truck will push itself to 70 miles per hour. My truck does 65 at the max, but it does 68 at the governor. Now, to somebody that has a truck that's doing 70 will say, you know what, well, that's decent. It's not that fast or whatever. But to me, it's pretty fast, because I got something on this truck called boosters. It's literally on the screen. When the boosters kick in, the truck doesn't even look like it's doing 68 no more. It doesn't even feel like it's doing 68. It looks like it's about doing 70, 71, 72. I even see the truck push to 75, maybe up and down hills. If it continues staying in neutral and in automatic, going through straight roads, it still holds about 73, 74, and especially with the boosters on. But besides that, I have some things I'm going to show you. Now, we all know what this is. You know what I'm saying? Your gauges and everything. Kind of shows you your miles per hour and your speed and all that good stuff. Now, I don't know if you noticed at the bottom of my screen. At the bottom of the screen there, that looks like the face of the truck. Okay? Now, when there's a car that's in front of this truck, the truck has a sensor at the bottom of the bumper that knows that it can see you in front of me. Now, what the truck has is this feature where it'll tell me what speed I need to go. It'll tell me if I'm touching the lines on the side of the road. It'll tell me if you are in front of me. It is reading the distance between you and I. And the funny thing about it is that this truck can also tell if you are hitting the brakes in your vehicle, even if I don't know it. Because, sometimes you have to apply a lot of pressure on the brakes before your brake lights turn on, and then some people can just kind of like go into the road and just hit on their brakes lightly, and your brake lights will never turn on. This truck will know that you're hitting the brakes, and when you're hitting the brakes, the truck starts braking because it's saying, hey, you know what, this guy is dropping in speed, he's hitting the brakes, and he's getting a little too close to us, so we're going to fall back. Now, besides that, we have this thing. Now, to y'all, it's just some regular little tablet, but to us, it's called the ELD. It's an electric log system, as well as a safety precaution. It helps with the communication with our fleet managers, where we have to pick up a load, drop off a load, let us know about emergencies, changes in time, changes in situations. It handles all the things that we need to do on the road. Also, it tells us when there is inclines and declines of hills where, you know, it might look like it's dangerous out there, steep slopes. Let us know if there's traffic going on. Let us know if there's been an accident going on. Lets us know if there's some weather conditions that is happening. You know, it lets us know a lot of stuff. DOT inspections, when to pull over and start doing waves on the truck. It handles all that. Okay? Also tells us to slow down, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Then you have this thing up here, and then you have this thing. Now, that yellow light is basically to let me know that there's someone in my blind spot. If I don't see you, there's sensors on the side of the truck that lets me know, hey, if I flip the switch to go left or right, that thing is going to beep and it's going to change colors. If it's green, that means I'm clear, there's nobody in my blind spots, and I can go right or left. If it's red, that means this person's way too close to the truck. And if it's yellow, it's saying hold up, they're about to move. Now, the thing on the top of the dash that I showed you is where we all got something called a mitigation system, or at least this truck or the new truck's got something called a mitigation system. Again, it is the overall of the truck to tell the truck basically how to operate and how to maneuver, giving me assistance. I still have to control the truck and operate this truck, but just in case, it's an extra security feature in the truck for it to operate a certain kind of way, especially if it's doing 68 miles per hour. If it notices that nobody's in front of me, the truck is going to say, you know what, we're going to allow you to do a little bit more speed, and we're going to allow you to move a little bit faster because the road is clear in front of you. Stuff like that. Now, here's my thing for the people that are driving in the small cars. This is really not for, you know, I ain't talking about the truckers. I'm talking about you people that is inside your small car. I have to say it like that, in your small car, because we know that if anything stupid happens between your small car and this truck, your small car is going to get totaled, damaged, messed up, beat up, and killed because you guys aren't paying attention, or maybe the driver is not paying attention. But here's my thing. When you see trucks on the highway huddled up, don't speed up. Do not try to speed up all the way to the huddle with the trucks, trying to get them to understand the fact that since you're rushing and you are kind of tailgating their truck and you're thinking that they're going to move out of the way for you, don't do that. Fall back, wait until the road is clear so you can speed on through, because the only thing that you're doing is aggravating the trucker, and the trucker, he don't have to literally move at all, because what can you do to him? He can literally hold the space, hold the lane, and stay there if he chooses to. If it's raining outside, and it is heavy rain, to the point that when you're driving and it's difficult for you to see outside your windshield, turn on your caution lights. The reason why I say to turn on your caution lights is because your brake lights is not going to be easily visible to see through all that rain. Your yellow caution lights is a lot more brighter. We can clearly see those flashing lights, you looking like a firefly in the rain. It's helpful to you and it's helpful to other people. Turn them on. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I definitely am aware that if I was in my little car driving behind a big truck, all that water seems to look like a swirl of whirlpools splashing all over your car. You ever notice that it looks crazy when the water comes off those big trucks and splashing your car and you can't really see anything? It's worse than you just driving behind a regular car. Turn on your caution light so we can see. When you guys are coming up on the ramp, getting ready to merge into the highway, if you notice that there is a big truck that is maybe about 4 feet behind you and they're not ahead of you, speed up. Why are you braking in the merging lane? You are already in head. You're probably already pushing 55 to close to 65 or 60 miles per hour. That means it's possible not only for you to speed up, but you're guaranteed to get in front of the truck that is already in the lane. Speed up. It doesn't make no sense, because by the time you guys slow down, now y'all want to go face to face with the truck. The truck is trying to tell you to speed up because they're allowing you to go up there because they know the fact that the lane that you're in is going to close up. There's going to be a sign on the side of the highway that says right lane ends. You are going to need to get into the left lane. Speed up. Another thing, I had noticed before I got into this career that when I was in Texas, there was a guy that said to me, he said, look, if there's any advice that I can give you, read every sign out there. He says, even read the signs that don't pertain to you. Read them. Then when I was on the road with my trainer, I had met somebody else that said, hey man, how's your career going? How's everything going? I said, it's going pretty good. I'm still somewhat new to this. He said, oh wow, you're new to this? He says, if there's any advice I can give you, read every sign. I'm like, and you know what's funny? When I was driving in my own car, you know what I'm saying, and I know many of you are driving in your own cars, we don't read signs. The only sign we reading is the one that says exit, to know when we have to pull off the highway. But we ain't reading the yellow signs, we ain't reading those red ones, we ain't reading the green ones, we ain't reading those octagons, hexagons, circles, squares. We ain't reading none of them. There's plenty of signs that's telling you about the ice on the road. There's signs that's telling you about that the usual area that you're going has wind problems. There's another area that'll tell you that there's having fog issues. There's another sign that tells you to be careful. These turns are going to be too tight, to the point that if you're speeding too high and hitting those corners, is a high possibility that your car will flip, because it's been known to happen. There is also highway markers on the side of the road. If your car ever breaks down for whatever reason, or you just blew a tire, somebody might ask you, a AAA and might ask you, hey, if you notice this, can you tell us your highway marker? Can you tell us your marker? And it's like, what marker are you talking about? Because y'all haven't read the signs that says, hey, you know what, you're here. Also, you guys just don't read. You know, y'all are out there in your cars speeding, going to God knows where, and y'all not reading nothing and not paying attention to nothing, and y'all want to get mad when the truckers are doing certain things because they read the signs, they know what they're supposed to do, they're operating in the fashion based on the fact of what they read, and you guys don't know what's going on, so y'all flipping out because you can't get by and y'all can't speed up. That's not our fault, because y'all not out there reading the signs. Y'all just out there traveling, playing on your cell phones, and whoever's in the passenger seat has their stink, nasty, dirty feet laying up on top of the damn dashboard, hanging out the window. I mean, goddamn, and can y'all stop doing that? Do y'all not know how dangerous that is with y'all feet up there on the damn glass? Like, I don't know if it's up to y'all. Y'all want to get in a car accident and y'all knees is going through your chest. I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, that's your business. But I'm just saying, that is dangerous. You're not supposed to be doing that. Now, that's just my little overall when it concerns that thing there. Now, this past week, I had a little situation, a little story time. I had a load, cargo, let me say it in different ways so people can understand, that big giant trailer that's on the back of the truck. I call it loads, whatever. And I had to move about 42,000 pounds. Now, that's a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of weight to try to move 42,000 pounds. It makes it difficult to reach speed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this truck can push some speed, but it's like I can't even, you know, get to 40s. I'm pushing 30 because the load is so heavy. Anyway, besides that, I'm going through Cincinnati. Now, I already told these people that I don't want to go to California, not no more. And I told them that I ain't trying to go to New York City and I ain't going to Miami. The reason why I said I don't want to go to these locations is because California has very strict laws. You are not allowed to drink, eat, or smoke while you're driving, or at least eat and drink. But if you're smoking, you're going to be one to put out your smoke, and if you put out your smoke in front of an officer, they're going to flip you. You're not allowed to drive more than 55 miles per hour through California, and California is a very huge state, and they got deserts and crap. So imagine you in a big truck while everybody out there is doing 65, 75, 85, 90 miles per hour, and you are only stuck at 55 miles per hour through California. Nope, I don't want to go to California no more. Everything out there is too long, too far to be driving that slow. New York, great state, my state, home state. But the thing about it is that New York has something we call bridges. There's a lot of bridges in New York City. A lot of people complain about this, that a lot of the government don't update the numbers on those bridges. The bridges are so low. The GPS might say, hey, you know what, this bridge is 13.6 feet high. But then when you go to that bridge and you rip off the whole truck and the whole trailer and the whole roof of your truck, because in reality the bridge was only about 11 feet, 11.5. It's too low. It's dangerous going through New York City when you have to go through all those bridges. So I don't want to take no chances ripping on my truck going through New York City. Just leave me out of New York City. I'll go around New York, but I won't go through New York. And 3, Miami. Miami has roller coasters for streets. The people out there definitely can't drive. I think absolutely everybody from their baby mama to their baby father want to be NASCAR racers in Miami for God knows what reason in that congested ass state. So I don't want to go there neither. I'm almost at the point where I don't want to go through Cincinnati or any place through those mountains all the way down to Virginia. I don't even understand how people live on those mountains. There ain't crap out there. So this is what happened. This is why I'm saying that. I was driving out there and I noticed that my clock says, hey, you know, you only have about you have 20 minutes to get off the road. Damn. Okay, cool. You know, I'm driving. I'm looking for a gas station. I'm looking for a parking place. I'm looking for something. And then as I'm driving, I notice I don't see nothing. Boom, the clock is saying, hey, you got 10 minutes. Oh, I got to get off the road. So as I'm coming down the highway, I notice that I see a street that turns off the highway to my right. I turn. As soon as I turn, that sensor on my door, no, not the sensor on my door, but the sensor on my door did beep. But the problem was my GPS. My GPS beeped, and it said, "Boop, you ain't supposed to be here." So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just turn the truck around. So when I turned, I noticed that there was trees right next to the street. It was like walking down the hallway. And I'm like, damn, and this road is so narrow that my truck is so big that it almost kind of reaches over that yellow median. So I have to try to get on the edge of the street to allow incoming cars to have space to bypass me. So I was like, all right, I feel something is wrong, but let me try to maneuver to find some space to turn this truck around. So as I'm going through, it's going downhill, uphill. I even went over 2-3 little mini bridges, and I said, damn, I definitely know I ain't supposed to be here. And I'm like, where, and I see little houses on hills, and I'm like, where the hell am I? Where am I going to turn this truck around? So I go up the hill, I go up around the left to do this tight turn up the hill, and then I see this big property with rocks that goes around the barn. I said, there it is. There goes my spot to go in there, drive right around that thing, turn around, and head right back down to the highway. So I pulled in. I'm doing 5 miles per hour trying to get around that barn. I make it to the side, I make it to the back. And this is what happens when I make it to the back. As soon as I make it to the back of the barn, I notice that there's a wall, 2 trucks, and a trailer blocking my path. Boom. The thing beeps again. You got 5 minutes. I'm like, oh my God. So now I'm trying to back the truck up. I back the truck up, and I end up rubbing up against a power line. Pulled up, gave myself some more moving room. Then I look back and I noticed that my reverse lights is reflecting off of something on the rocks. I'm like, what the hell is that? I get out the truck and I notice that there's 3 mountains of stacked up rocks blocking my right side that I need to give myself space to back this truck up, do a tight turn to pull out of there. And I'm like, why are these rocks here? So now I was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and shut it down. And I'll just wait until the morning and take a look at the land. I wake up. I said, something said, yo, look, check out the area on Google Maps. So I get on my phone, I pull up Google Maps. And then when I look around, I notice that the property has changed. On the Google Maps, the land was higher a couple of years ago. Now the land is lower. There is a drainage hole under the street that's allowing water to come through. There's rips in the ground where there used to be grass. I mean, if it was higher like it was years ago and I had this situation, I could have just easily backed the truck up onto the grass and then onto the street. But the way it's set up now is that the ground has been dropped. There's a slope wall with bricks, and then there's a street because things has been changed. So then I walk around, and I'm like, maybe if I walk around, I'll get somebody's attention. You know what I'm saying? See if there's anybody that lives here or whatever. And of course I did. I got somebody's attention. Luckily, it was another guy who used to be a truck driver. He was cool about me being there. I told him I can't move the truck until the clock resets and allow me to move. I eventually did get out of there, and I eventually got back on the road. I did knock down a stop sign, but I had no choice because the stop sign was too close to the road. The roads was too small. There was a lady who was trying to help me out, but then when I told her, I said, I apologize for the stop sign. She said, we don't care about that stop sign. It belongs to the city. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I appreciate you, and kept driving for a few miles till I got back to the highway, and off I go. So that's one particular situation. So that is the only major thing I had happen this past week. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got to experience how it is to drive through heavy, dense fog. I got to drive through 2 levels of a storm. You know what I'm saying? I got some more experience with the truck. I could definitely say I like the truck. Like I said, I really was nervous about driving this truck. I didn't want to drive this truck. I didn't even want this truck. But now I'm fine with it. I like it. Brand new truck, smart truck, operates the way I like it to operate. I had to get me some gloves because I got like blisters on my hands for gripping on the steering wheel too tight, especially when you have to do like turns. So I got blisters on my hands. You see that? You know what I'm saying? So I had to get some gloves for that. But besides that, I'm at a Love's gas station, a couple of miles out of Chattanooga. I'm pretty much going through the Georgia area. I am at 77,000 pounds on this truck, and that's more fruit. I got more fruit on the back of my truck. Like, here's my thing with these people. Like, why do people put so much crap inside these trailers? Understand the fact that these trucks can't handle more than 80,000 pounds. Now, it would have been smarter if they filled up the trailer halfway, maybe push it between 30 to 35,000 pounds, and then split the load between one truck and another truck. Not only will they be lighter, they will be able to drive faster, but they'll end up getting your load to you quicker than putting 44,000 pounds inside of a trailer, stacking it to the brim to the point that it's pushing against the trailer doors, giving it to a trucker that now has to move slow as hell to get across 4 or 5 states just to hand you your stinking fucking your fruit. Like I said, not everybody's going to watch these videos. it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that is my little update there. But just in case people's trying to see a little view of things, this is what I got going on. I don't really care to go outside. You know what I'm saying? It's there ain't crap out here. But there's a lot of trees. I can definitely say that, a lot of trees. So that's what I got going on. I'm just gonna kick back, chill, start watching videos, pray, and relax, because I'm off the road until Monday. So I'm still happy to be alive. I'm still happy to have certain particular experiences. I have made a trucker buddy. He already told me anytime I have any questions or anything of that concerns, call him. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, call him. He'd rather me call him to find out what I need to find out than just sitting up here like lost and found out here on the road. Because like I said, this is a dangerous job, but I'm willing to do it. But I understand that there's possibilities that things can happen to me at any given time of the day. And like I said, I won't have the opportunity to be there with the people that I care about or that care about me, because I'm out here and anything can happen. So all I can say is, hope the best for me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the people that's been watching me and whatnot. I heard that, I was requested to try to post videos. Again, I don't post videos like that because I got a lot on my mind, and by the time I'm done driving, it's possibly I just want to eat and go to sleep. So since I do have the time and I don't have to worry about rushing to drive, I can go ahead and talk to you guys and holler at you guys and let you know what's going on. So like I said, I got my food and everything. I just want to sit up here and post this video up real quick and say those things there. So until next time, there it is.